It's 6:49 is your time, and it's 66 degrees on this Monday morning edition of the Tennessee Valley This Morning. Dan Howell here with Ginger Gobble, and we have a very special guest with us. We're talking today about things to do in the summertime, and one of the most fun things that I enjoy doing with my grandkids is bowling, and we have with us Dwayne Williams with the Bowling Factory. I think that's a new name and new owners.
Yes, sir. We've been there almost a year.
Yeah, it used to be North Lee Lanes, or I don't know what it was really.
It was North Lee Lanes.
Yes,
Was it?
that's correct.
Yeah. Well, Dwayne, it's good to have you with us today, and you're the new owner of that establishment, and bowling is just a fun family activity, isn't it?
Yes, sir, exactly. And that's one of the things that's really cool about bowling. It's the generation gap is closed.
Yeah.
It's really neat to see a young child, a dad, and a grandfather there spending an afternoon together and watching them interact with each other. So it just brings the gap together and something everyone can do.
Yeah. Are you a bowler, Jenny?
I went bowling not too long ago, and people around me would say no, but in the first 5 frames, I had a strike, a spare, a strike, a strike, and a spare.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Notice she's got it memorized.
I have my own technique, but as long as I don't break a nail, I'm okay.
Did that involve bumper bowling?
No, mine never touched the bumper because I throw it.
You throw it.
Yes.
Oh, that's good on the floors. Yeah, that's really good.
Well, okay.
It's and you know, I have a grandson. He's 14. He lives in Kansas City, and every time he comes, that's one of the things that he wants to do. He wants to go to the bowling factory and go bowling, and we usually end up doing that once or twice during his visit. And of course, 2 granddaughters that live here, so we make it a family affair, and then my son goes. So you're right, it's a generational thing.
Yes.
And everybody has fun, and it's a good, clean atmosphere, and it's just a good family activity, and it's a lot of fun.
And they have them at schools now too, don't they? Don't they have leagues?
Mm-hmm. The high school, both Walker Valley and Bradley High School, have bowling teams now.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
And, very good bowling teams.
Really? Well, I'm never any good at it, and when I go, it's purely for entertainment value of my grandkids, because I'm
Anybody that goes with me is purely entertainment for me.
because I never can win, and I'm good to keep it out of the gutter. But there's technique to it. It really is a skill, isn't it?
Oh yes, you know, pro bowlers work many hours a week just practicing that skill and that trade. It's like any other sport. You just got to practice.
Mm-hmm. And I see some of them, they'll put a spin on it and they'll make it curve, and I'm like, well, how are they doing that?
How do they do that?
Wow. But and it looks so easy to knock down all 10 of those pins. There's 10, right?
That's correct.
10. It looks so easy, but is it the placement of the pins, and I don't know what makes those pins stand up, and it seems like
Or is it the size of the ball?
I don't know.
Is the heavier the ball, does that make them all go down?
Not necessarily. It's where the ball hits the pins, gives the pin reaction, domino effect, if you would.
Do you normally want to hit the number 1 pin head on, or just a little to the side?
To the side, to the right, or to the left of that.
Really? Don't want to hit it head on?
If you go head on, you most time go straight through and leave pins on the side. The dreaded 7-10 split.
Yeah, I usually end up with that, and there's no way for me to get that thing knocked down.
There is a way, because people do that, don't they? If they know how to do it, they can.
Not often, but it does happen.
It does happen. Well, what's new? You say you're the new owner. What's new at the bowling factory on North Lee?
Well, we remodeled last summer. Did a lot of cleaning up of the facility there. Of course, it was shut down for a while, so come in, new paint, new things like that. We got a lot of new specials that we're running for the summer. We have 99-cent bowling Monday through Friday from 3 to 5, so very affordable for families to come during that time. Kind of the hottest part of the day, get inside and do something that's comfortable and cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an advantage we feel we have in these hot summer months, is come inside where it's cool. Cool off and enjoy bowling.
Yeah. And of course you have snacks, food, and drinks, and all kinds of things there that if you're hungry, you can just go make an evening of it or an afternoon of it. A lot of people who are serious about bowling, they buy their own shoes, they buy their own bowling ball, have it custom made, custom fit. But if you're just a casual bowler like me, you don't need to do all that, do you?
Oh no, we have rental shoes and house balls there. Just come on in, we'll fix you up with a kid's ball, which is a little 6-pound ball, all the way up to a 16-pound ball for a husky adult.
You need a 6-pound ball.
6 pounds. 6 pounds, that's what I need right there.
Are there certain nights that you can't come?
Well, we do have leagues. 4 nights
That's
a
what I
week,
thought.
and we have some other specials like Wednesday night. We have $1.50 bowling from 5 to 11. And then, of course, our big nights are Friday and Saturday nights from like 9 to midnight.
Oh, yeah.
We do the black light cosmic bowling, which is really neat.
Oh,
that's
explain
cool.
that to us. I don't know what that
Well,
is.
what we do, it's kind of bringing
The 70s
the
back.
70s back. You
Disco.
wear white colored shirts and your socks and your shoes all glow in the dark. Our rental shoes glow in the dark. The house balls glow. We have tables that have different graphics on it. They glow in the dark once the black lights hit them. It's just really a neat atmosphere. We turn the music up a little louder and just kind of rock and bowl and have a good time and just get that disco feel.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be a cheap date. I mean,
That would be.
It's too expensive to go to the movies anymore. So
It's getting that way.
So we're here
you
for
can go
you.
bowling and have food at the same place,
That's
right?
right. That's right. We have good food too.
Yeah. How extensive is your menu? Just sandwiches and things like that?
Just like a snack, like a canteen thing. We
Yeah.
have chicken tenders and hamburgers, French fries.
Oh, yeah.
Nachos, probably.
Nachos. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
everybody's got nachos.
Got to have those fingers to me both.
I've had your nachos. They are good. You know, it's the cheese that makes the nachos, and they have good nachos. It's a great summer activity. Well, it's a great winter activity
Oh,
as
yes.
well. But if you're looking for something to do and it's hot outside and you don't want to spend time outside,
And you probably have birthday parties
Absolutely.
too, right? I mean, they could probably have their birthday party.
and
That'd be great.
can a person who wants to have an event, can they rent out the entire bowling alley for a time?
We have different times that we can do that, and we'll custom put together a package for you with food or without food.
Yeah.
Any group from a size of 10 to 100, we'll try to accommodate.
Yeah, that's great. What other activities are available there, from just individual bowling to leagues?
Well, we do have, like we talked about earlier, high school leagues will begin again in the fall when school starts. We also have a junior league that will start back in the fall. It runs the course of the school year, and that's available for kids anywhere from 6 years old all the way up to 20 years old.
Really?
And there's scholarships available out there
Wow.
for the young kids when they do well at that introductory level. There's state tournaments and different things like that, and of course, college bowling has become pretty popular here in
Really?
recent years.
Did not know that. Wow, it's really gaining in popularity. But I didn't know children as young as 6 go out and bowl.
Oh yes.
They can
Yes.
lift those big old balls, huh?
Yeah, we even have a ball ramp. If it's a small child, they can just rest the ball on this ramp, and it rolls down the lane.
Oh, how
and
cute.
helps knock down the pins.
Oh, what about that?
So it's a
That's
true family.
neat.
Oh yes.
It's a family thing.
Now, when I bowl, I always, it seems like I spend half my time looking for just the right ball, the right fit. What's the general guideline on trying to find the right ball for your hand? Because I have short, stubby fingers, so I can't get my fingers in those holes. What's the guidelines? What do you look for?
Well, basically, you want something that your fingers can go in and out of easily.
Otherwise, you're going to go down there with the ball.
Right. And you don't want to have to squeeze the ball when you're bowling. You want to be able to release it at a fluid level and
Okay.
not have the hole so big you're trying to grip the ball as you throw it. And basically, for young folks, they say about 10% of your body weight is the size ball you should get
Okay.
when you're bowling.
Well, that's a good guideline. So,
So you have to weigh yourself before you
Yeah,
go
we
bowl.
got scales here.
I'm not coming there. No, just kidding.
that's interesting. So I'd need about an 18-pound ball then, or a 19-pound ball, something like that. That seems like a lot of weight to be throwing down a bowling alley. Wow.
Get a good forearm workout. I
Yeah,
guess.
it is. Wow. So if do you have a website, by the way?
We do.
Okay.
It's www.thebowlingfactory.net.
Thebowlingfactory.net, and I suppose all the services are listed online on your
Yes,
on
sir.
your website, and of course the phone number's there as well, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
So contact Dwayne there at the Bowling Factory on North Lee Highway. It's a fixture, been around here for a long
It
time, but
has.
you've given it a new facelift and a new name and a lot of new services, and good food and good fun for the family. So check it out.
And a good party place.
Good party place.
You know, don't clean your house. Just have it. Let him do it.
There you go.
We'll
That-
take care of everything.
Yeah, they'll take care of the food and
Entertainment.
and the entertainment and all. Of course, the entertainment's right there on the bowling alley.
Yeah.
Entertainment is watching me bowl. That's a lot of entertainment. Yeah, I think the last time I bowled with my grandkids, I actually did end up down the
Uh-oh.
other end of the lane and knocked the pins down. No, I got close, but I wasn't quite that far down. It's a lot of fun. It really is, and good exercise as well.
Absolutely.
Good summer fun. If you're looking for things to do, that's what we're talking about today. So check out the Bowling Factory. Dwayne Williams, the new owner at the Bowling Factory on North Lee. Appreciate you coming by and then telling us about your establishment today, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
My grandson will be here in a couple of 3 weeks, and so we'll probably see you when he gets in town.
Great.
We'll be back in just a moment, 6:59. We're going to show you that video that we teased you with just a moment ago, telling you all about some of the storm victims and what went on April 27th. So please stay with us. Back in just a moment on Tennessee Valley This Morning.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
One shot of Dan.
No, it's out on the 3 shot of Dan and Steve and Ginger. I don't know if you heard that off camera or not, but Joe said we're going to get 1 shot of Dan, but there's a 1 shot of Dan.
There's Dan.
We are back, and it's 7:02, and you're watching the Tennessee Valley This Morning. Of course, this is live TV, and things like that happen. But we have a very interesting guest coming up next. We're going to talk to Steve Myers from the Cleveland Golf Center. First of all, though, I want to show you that video that I teased you with just a moment ago. It talks about the storms of April 27th. We interviewed some of the storm victims, and it's just very interesting. It kind of gives you a capsule wrap-up of what went on that day. So let's take a look now at this video produced by Life Care Centers of America. Let's take a look.
On April 27th, dispelling the popular belief that the Tennessee Valley is safe from the threat of tornadoes, 5 storms ripped through Bradley County, leaving a path of destruction this area has never experienced. Despite the warnings, this community could not be prepared for the devastation wielded by the massive storms.
That morning, it was really just another morning, just kind of waiting to see if anything did happen, and it did.
You'd drive down a road and every house on that street was destroyed. In some cases, that's just a foundation.
I've lived in East Tennessee, for 30 years and never seen any weather like we had that night.
Daily routines halted as shock and disbelief washed over the residents left in the wake of the storms. Within hours, thousands of lives were hurled into utter chaos.
Here's our home, windows busted, all the trees were down. We didn't know when it started raining on the inside of the house as well if the ceilings were going to fall, but we had no place to go because we couldn't get out of our neighborhood. Debris was all in the yard. My living room curtains were wrapped up in the tree in the front yard. The neighbor's refrigerator was in the corner of our yard and their playground. It was devastating.
When you're in a disaster situation, the rules of engagement kind of go out the window. But as far as our community goes, we couldn't have done it without their help.
The response of the community was really unbelievable. Bradley County really came together during this storm as a community.
There's so many heroes out there, and I wish I had time to talk about every one of them. A farmer, and I'll find out who he is someday, on his tractor, got his tractor and cleared every one of those trees off Leadmine Valley Road so our rescue people could get in, otherwise they couldn't have got there.
Didn't matter who you were, people were risking a lot to go in and help their neighbors.
At daybreak, the extent of the destruction could be fully assessed. The land was deeply scarred. Homes were shredded, treasures had vanished, and the worst of all outcomes, lives were lost.
When you finally come out, the weather's calm and the sun's out was really when it kind of set in. You realized what you'd actually ventured out into, and that's when I first realized that my district had been hit pretty badly.
I was standing on top of a ridge as the sun came up, and I could see just miles of destruction. You could see the clear path where the tornado came over the ridge. It was amazing. It looked like the land had been clear cut.
The darkest hour is when true character emerges, and what occurred in this community is where the real story begins. Within moments of learning of the devastation, people came from every corner of the county to rally around those hardest hit.
It was amazing to see hundreds of people, not just from Bradley County, from Hamilton County, from Polk County. They would stop us and want to know where. You know, where can I help? What can I do?
Neighbors helping neighbors, complete strangers helping strangers. That was really inspiring.
I watched an insurance adjuster 2 days after the storm write down on a piece of paper that this was an act of God. But I've always asserted that the act of God took place the following day.
Strangers worked side by side day and night, providing food, clothes, and personal hygiene items, clearing debris, salvaging personal belongings, and mourning together over the losses, great and small. As days turned into weeks, the outpouring of generosity was unimaginable. Strangers became heroes.
We had a hot meal at least twice a day. It was just an incredible experience, an outpouring of love, and it was incredible.
What happened is awful, but the good come out of it is the way people poured their hearts out. In the South, people are, just outpouring with their love and all. A lot of places don't show it, but in the South they do, and here it's just unreal.
Warm hospitality, unwavering faith, and strong family bonds are indicative of the South. For the people of Bradley County, these proved to be the source of power that carried this community through its most devastating crisis. Restoration has only just begun for many, but together we'll rebuild. Together we'll heal.
There you go. Isn't that a beautiful video? And it certainly capsulizes what happened here on April 27th. And boy, it was some bad weather. Speaking of some weather, we've got some right now. Let's take a look at your forecast, see what's going to be like today. Mostly sunny skies, a high of 93, still warm. Tomorrow, sunshine, 95. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 95. So dress cool, make sure you stay hydrated, and stay inside in the cool weather if you can.
Or come by and see me tomorrow because it's my birthday.
Or come by and see Ginger. Right now it's 66 degrees. That's a good idea, Ginger.
Yeah.
Come by, having a birthday tomorrow. You can go by Gobble Automotive on North Lee Highway, and then once you go by
Mayfield
and wish
ice
her,
cream. Yeah.
Mayfield, once you wish
I'll
her a
treat
happy
you.
birthday and get some ice cream and a cookie, you can just go right on up North Lee Highway to Steve's place.
There you go.
And see, it all works. Don't you love it when a plan comes together?
Yeah.
Steve Myers is here. He's the new proprietor of the Cleveland Golf Center. We're talking about things to do this summer. And many people, myself included, when I have the time, love to go golfing, and I love to go to the driving range. And you're the new proprietor, and you've, resurrected the golf center.
We are in the process of resurrecting. Thank you. It's a large property, and was closed for a while. And the present landowners, the people that own the land, the Eldridges, weren't quite sure what they wanted to do with the property. So it was sort of in limbo for a while. In a lot of areas we have been able to bring back quickly. There are other areas that will take just Mother Nature and time and cash flow and traffic and those types of things for us to get it back to standard. We're there for a long commitment. We've made a very long commitment to the facility and to Cleveland, and we will bring it back to the standard that it once was.
Well, it's certainly something that Bradley County and Cleveland, as far as the recreation element of our community, something we really need, and I missed it. I've been there several times in the past, but I'm glad to know that you're in town and you've resurrected it, as we say. But it's more than just a driving range. A lot of people go out and just hit balls like I do to try to perfect our swing so that we don't slice it and hook it like Tiger Woods. But that was a joke. Nobody got it.
Tiger is having issues with his game at the present. And a lot of us in the industry are pulling for Tiger.
Sure we are.
To get back.
We are.
Whether you're a fan or not, he's good for the game.
He is.
The excitement that he brings and the attention he brings to the game trickles down to me. Trickles all the way down to there are 10,000 or 15,000 facility owners like me in the country. And when there's an excitement and buzz about golf, then people come out and play and they're more engaged in the game. And so he affects all of us.
Even though he's no longer #1 in the world as far as a golfer, when he is playing, the ratings go up on TV. So he is, as you say, good for the game.
Substantially.
But it's more than just a driving range at the Cleveland Golf Center. You have a myriad of services that you offer, from practice sessions, of course. You give lessons, you offer clinics. That's just a few. Talk about all the things that you have going on there at the Golf Center.
We chose the name Cleveland Golf Center because that's sort of my background and plays into my area of expertise, which is teaching. I've become a professional teacher by design, by intent, with about 30 years now of studying the golf swing and the game of golf from some of the greatest teachers in the country. But we do have, that's a small part of what we have to offer. Probably 60% of the clientele hitting golf balls now are people that aren't regular golfers or don't play at all. Come out and use our loaner clubs and just like to try to hit the ball. It's funny when a golfer brings a non-golfer friend or someone, and we get this quite often, that's never hit a ball. And of course, they don't think there's anything to it. They don't understand the excitement that we, and so they'll stand there and swing 6 or 8 times and miss it and start to go, wait a minute, what's going on? And I think the people that have experienced the sensation of hitting a great shot, whether you're a golfer or non-golfer, it's just it gives you a different feeling and a different sensation.
It's an adrenaline rush.
So we have non-golfers hitting balls. We have an arcade room that we have 14 games. We've resurrected that. That's been empty or almost empty in the past.
Fantastic.
We've cleaned that room up, painted that room, and got games in. Most games are redemption for tickets, so birthday parties and we do an awful lot of church youth group outings. We've marketed to that. We like all clientele. We especially like church youth groups and like servicing that. For $10, a church youth group can come out and play unlimited putt-putt and get pizza and drink and play some games and have a great outing. And that's been a little overwhelming, the response behind that. And then we have the mini golf course that we are in the process of resurrecting. We're making it a bit more player friendly. It is a resort type of mini golf. It's not what you would expect to find in Cleveland. I know the money, I know the budget that was spent on it, and there have been regulation 18-hole golf, not very good golf courses, but 18-hole golf courses that have been built for approximately the same money.
Oh my!
There was it's in the multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's elevation changes and bunkers and lots of features, water features. The ball plays into the water on purpose on a hole. It's really a fun place. It is challenging. You could take it and set it in Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head or Orlando, and it'd be competitive with anything in those markets. We've planted 300 annuals on the course in the past 2 weeks. We've steam cleaned all of the carpet. We're in a process. I have a guy in Dalton this morning looking for replacement carpet for some of the holes. So again, we're gonna, we're bringing it back to standard.
Yeah, it sounds
and,
like
and it will be an incredible place to come and play.
But you offer classes, club repair, club fitting. Now, what's a club fitting?
Okay, 2 ways to go about equipment. This, unfortunately, 95% of the people will go buy clubs and adjust their game to fit the clubs. And what a club fitter does would adjust the clubs to fit your game.
I see.
And so rather than you adjusting to what may or may not be standard for you, and it wouldn't be, I can tell you that with short stubby fingers, just what you would get off the rack would not.
It wouldn't work.
That wouldn't, you would be off to a handicap start in the beginning.
Okay.
We know there are 13 factors that go into the makeup of a set of golf clubs, and we can fit people for all of those factors.
Yeah. See, that's my problem. I just found out. With short, stubby fingers, I'm handicapped.
It is always the arrow and never the Indian, right? It's never the player. I hear it every day. We bought brand new balls, which is a major commitment. One of our early customers came in and said, "Well, you took that excuse away. I used to blame it on the bad golf balls. We fixed the grass tee, and it's as good as you're going to find anywhere to practice off of. And now I've taken that excuse away." We will buy within the next couple of weeks. We will buy new mats. I've identified that company, and we will have all new mats for inclement weather. We have a covered area, so from about 1 till 4, we have fans on, and you're out of the sun, and it's 15 degrees cooler to practice.
Fantastic.
But the mats have to be good, and we've found great mats that replicate grass as good as anything that I've seen. And so I'm taking all the excuses away.
Yeah.
If someone can't play, they can't play, and they need to take lessons from me.
Right, they need to do, well, that's me. I've been playing for many years, but I still can't play. I go out for the fun and the exercise and the fresh air.
I'm one of those that hits the ball about 500 times and it's still sitting. No matter how hard I hit it, it's still sitting.
The Cleveland Golf Center. Do you have a website yet, Steve?
We do not.
Working on it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm working on a Facebook page.
Good.
My priorities, I was told, and I agree.
That may be more effective.
Everyone has told me social media is the way to go.
That's it.
We will be on Twitter. We do have a Facebook presence, and it's Facebook Cleveland Golf Center. I don't know how to build that. My daughter, 17-year-old daughter's been out of town for a week.
She can do it.
She's back in town, and Emily is going to build my Facebook, and we'll be on Twitter, and we will have a website. But go to Facebook for the time being, and we'll have daily specials and weekly specials. And
very good. Well, it sounds like fun, and again, something to do this summer. And if you're looking for something, there's nothing more fun to get outside. And there at the Cleveland Golf Center. Steve Myers, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you for
having me. Good to see you. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to talk about some really good news for Walker Valley High School. In fact, all 3 high schools here in town. Don't go away.
I'm Byron Winters with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Contact me for all of your business insurance needs. From general liability to workers' comp, commercial auto, and business umbrellas, Landmark Insurance has you covered.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
Volunteer Ridipest LLC has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding areas for over 40 years. Their qualified, experienced technicians are trained in all the latest techniques to keep your home pest-free. Volunteer Ridipest LLC offers Mosquito Guard, which keeps mosquitoes out of your yard and out of your life. Their monthly and quarterly treatments are backed by their 100% money-back guarantee. For all your pest removal needs, call Volunteer Ridipest LLC today at 423-472-7736.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
7:20 your time, and you're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. Dan Howell here with my lovely co-host, Miss Gobble. Good to see you today. And,
always a pleasure.
Go by and see Ginger at Gobble Automotive there on North Lee Highway, and she'll treat you right and give you a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie.
Or there's other varieties.
Ice cream.
There's ice cream.
Yeah, that's a reason to go by on these hot days. We have another special guest with us who has been here before. Cheryl Jansen is with Walker Valley High School. She is a college and career counselor. Very important position for our young people out there. And she's been here before talking about some things that they were hoping would take place, and it sounds like they have. So bring us up to speed.
Yeah, we're real excited actually. There was a grant that we wrote last summer, and we're actually one of the only systems in the southeast part of the country who received this grant.
Really?
So it's a pretty significant grant.
Yeah.
It's for smaller learning communities. We've been calling it the DREAM Project, standing for data-driven, rigorous, enriching academics, and also that mentoring piece of it.
I'll just go with DREAM. I can't
all the rest of it. And it has really become, to watch it actually come into fruition has been an amazing piece. You know, when you sit down and you put it on paper and you're like, oh man, if we could do all these things, and then actually to start seeing them happen. One of the things that all three high schools have this summer because of the grant is a summer bridge program for upcoming 9th graders. Bradley County schools are running that the last 2 weeks. They had a full week last week, and then they'll be finishing it this week at Walker Valley and at Bradley Central High School. So really some great things are going on for those upcoming 9th graders to get a chance to get in, be a part of the building, to really know what it feels like, and not be so stressed when school first starts, you know, because high school's a really big place.
Oh, yeah.
So we're real excited about that for them. We had a great week last week at Walker Valley with them and all of that. The other really neat part of the DREAM grant is it has allowed all three high schools. It's an exciting place to be right now in Bradley County, especially if you got a child coming up to the high school and middle schools. Because of this grant, it's allowed a lot of collaboration between all three high schools. And we're bringing the middle schools into it now, and so we've really got this nice 7-12 alignment of programming and all kinds of really great things. Starting this week, all three high schools and 3 middle schools will have representatives of teachers at what we're calling our RRR conference. It's called Rigor, Relevance, and Relationships, and they'll be meeting for an entire week this week on Lee University's campus and doing some things with that. And learning how to create what we call student-centered classrooms, and doing those things that are giving students an opportunity to really get involved in their education and in their learning.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm excited because I have a granddaughter at Walker Valley High School. She's a rising junior and had one that graduated from there a year ago, who's now ending her freshman year at Lee University. And Abby's the one at Walker Valley. In fact, she's at church camp this week. and I miss them. They're both gone. I don't know how that happened. They're both gone this week. But this is exciting because these kids are going to really be impacted. Who funded the grant?
It's actually a Department of Education grant. It was originally for 5 years, and with the 2 years definite, and then schools making significant gains would get that 3 years extra. And we have not been funded at that 3 years extra, not because we didn't make significant gains, because we have made unbelievable gains in our systems, but because Congress cut the funding from the program. So we're really looking for what we call sustainability, ways to sustain these really great programs that have benefited our students already from within our community, and how we can, start working closer with our community. We have 1 more year, about a year and a half left of the grant, so that we can still sustain those programs, but then we'll be looking for other ways of, keeping these summer bridge programs, keeping the training in for our teachers, those kinds of things. We have another one in July. It's a 2-day conference that teachers will be attending, again from all 3 high schools. It's called our Dream Dare Do conference, because it's a really good opportunity. And at that one, the teachers that we're working with this week will actually be presenting. So what we're doing this week is a train the trainer kind of a model, where we're teaching our teachers how to go in and then teach their colleagues, so that not just a few teachers benefit, but all of our schools across the board. So it's a real exciting opportunity.
So it benefits all 3 high schools, Bradley Central, Cleveland High,
and
Walker
the middle
Valley.
schools will be getting some
And the middle schools,
yes.
wow. What specific programs are we talking about here? Give us some ideas specifically how individual students will benefit from these
One of the things that has, like the Summer Bridge, that is a brand new program for Walker Valley and for Bradley. We had done pieces of that at Bradley Central in the past, but this is a whole new concept that we were able to do with it. So that easing that transition from 8th grade to 9th grade. There's also what we call a transition coordinator, who has been working with our 8th graders since January, bridging that and getting them ready to come up and work. My position has allowed 1 more person in the building to help with all that college searching. With I do a lot with career planning, educational planning, showing students how their classes in high school directly relate to their success to not just college, but careers after college. And we do a lot of that, and the position has been at all 3 high schools, and so that added staff person has allowed students a little extra opportunity to do some more planning and some more searching.
So Summer Bridge, I would assume from that name that it has to do with something this summer.
It is
students
this summer.
Are
Students
be,
to do this summer,
yeah,
exactly.
things to do this. See,
Hello,
I like when you get a theme going. It's great.
Exactly.
So the students are going to be actively engaged this summer, looking toward the coming year as they go back to school. And this is helping them focus on a career for the future? Or
yeah, and helping them.
parameters?
Well, with our 9th graders, we spend a lot of time working just on high school success. What does it mean that I'm now finally in high school? What is a high school credit? How do I earn credit? What is a transcript? What does a transcript look like in 9th grade, and what should it look like by the time I'm a junior or beginning senior and applying to college? We look at a lot of those things with them, and just that success in high school. And then by the time they're in juniors, we're doing that whole college search piece, standardized testing, ACTs, those kinds of things. And then by our seniors, we're working with what we call creating our best life. One of the other things that the grant is going to allow, our Dream Grant is going to allow for us, is advisory programs. And that's the idea behind smaller learning communities, is taking big high schools like we have and breaking them into smaller ones. And so we're going to do a mentor program where all of our teachers will have about 15 to 18 students. It'll be a little different at each high school, but they'll have about 15 to 18 students at Walker Valley. They'll meet twice a month, and they'll do some, a lot of what we call soft skills, employability skills, communication skills, conflict resolution. We'll also do test taking, study tips, those kinds of ideas. So that's another direct benefit to our students, is that they will have 1 person in the building, every student, that they can go to, and that will be the same for all 4 years. We're going to move those kids with that teacher, with that mentor, so they really get an opportunity to build that relationship with them.
Great. What kind of response are you seeing from the students themselves? I know you as a teacher and other teachers, they've got to be excited.
We are very excited about it.
But what kind of
We are very
response are you
excited.
seeing from the students? I know when summer comes, students want to go to the beach, they want to do this, they want to play. But are you finding several of them are really actively engaged saying, wow, this is going to help me out?
Yeah, they're very excited. The groups that I saw last week were very excited to be in their buildings. We're very participatory and hands-on, engaged, and ready to be, involved. And it was exciting because, they really just got out of school. Their summer just got started, and then we've asked them to come back. And I mean, they were good, ready to be there, and it's really exciting for them. So
now, is this open for any student, or is there a certain grade level that
we worked specifically with rising 8th graders for our summer bridge, at least at Bradley Central High School and Walker Valley High School. I'm pretty sure that's the way Cleveland has worked it as well. But each one kind of has its own flair, its own kind of flavor to it, and that's one of the things that the grant has brought to the community is this idea of cohesiveness. I'm told that this has never happened where we have all 3 high schools in one room planning activities for our buildings and then going back and taking it back to our buildings. So it's a really exciting opportunity. One of the things that my counterparts and I have been working at is a college fair that's going to be held this summer, or in September, early September. It's just, we're real excited. It'll probably have about 60 different representatives. All of our juniors and seniors will get an opportunity to go and meet with colleges and representatives that they haven't had a chance to do that with. So
yeah, that sounds exciting.
Really exciting.
Well, they're giving me the signal that we are out of time just about, but we appreciate Cheryl Jansen coming by. She is a college and career counselor at Walker Valley High School. This is an exciting turn of events. The Dream Grant, it's great. It's going to benefit our schools and our kids. Your 13-year-old may even benefit.
Yep.
You never know.
You never know.
That'd be great. We're unfortunately out of time. If you're looking for something to do this summer, go bowling. There at the bowling factory on North Lee. Go play golf or get your child involved in the Dream program. That'd be a great thing.
Fun
We are
times.
out of time. We'll see you tomorrow on the Tuesday edition of Tennessee Valley This Morning. See you.
Thank you.
Boy, you